Another Premier League weekend, another 3 points for Liverpool Football Club. They are steamrolling their way towards another league title. They're up front, their forward line, the team, the balance they've got, it's honestly obscene, this Liverpool team right now. And before anyone says, it's only Ipswich, their relegation fodder, it doesn't matter. Last weekend, a big away day, Darwin Núñez steps up, bags a brace. This weekend, Cody Gakpo steps up, bags a brace. Why? How comes no one's saying the Mohamed Salah one-man team anymore? It's funny that, isn't it? When you've got a very, if not world-class gaffer, a world-class team with barely any signings, no sign in this January window, Georgie Mamardovishvili back in the summer, and Chiesa. So realistically, I'm not counting Federico Chiesa yet because he hasn't made a massive amount of Premier League minutes. But this Liverpool team, it does not matter who they play right now. They're oozing confidence. They're scoring goals, 6 goals in their last 2 Premier League games. You know, the most goals in the league, the least amount conceded, the most points. They deserve to win this Premier League. They're doing everything right. You know, and their fans are now singing. There was a clip from the second game of the season. We're going to win the league without any signings. Like, it just goes to show you the level of belief that their fan base have got, the level of quality in their team, their manager as well. You got to give huge credit. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button. Now, I was watching 3 games at once. I had Newcastle, Southampton, Arsenal, Wolves, Liverpool, Ipswich. So if I do miss anything out, let me know down below. Make sure you check out the Arsenal and Newcastle match reactions as well. Liverpool 4, just the 4 goals today. Ipswich 1. And it should have really been more. There was only ever going to be one winner. 16 shots compared to 3, 71% possession compared to 29. The one player in that front line today who I don't think was at his best was Luis Diaz. But fortunately for Luis Diaz, he's got players around him. Dominic Szoboszlai, very, very good today. McAllister and Gravenberch pretty much guarantee a 7 out of 10 most weekends. Konate got an assist. Trent got an assist and rattled the bar. Salah got another goal. But Cody Gakpo was the star of the show today. He was the best player on the pitch, my man of the match, 2 goals. And, you know, that's a really, really, I think it's actually Gakpo's best stats this season. I think he's got 8 goals and 3 assists in the league, 2 in the Champions League and 4 in the League Cup. So that's 14 goals with 5 assists and 19 goal contributions in 30 games. A very, very good return. And Liverpool got off to the perfect start, didn't they? I always say, and I'll keep saying it because I strongly believe it, the first 15 minutes of the first half and the first 15 minutes of the second half, for me, are the 2 most important parts of a football match. Arne Slot's pre-match thoughts, team talk, ringing in the Liverpool players' ears. And you got to remember, they won midweek against Lille, which was a good win. They didn't really have to win that because they are in a very strong position, but they now have won 7 out of 7 in the Champions League. But the high of last weekend, Darwin Núñez off the bench, the Liverpool fans were on cloud 9. And a lot of Liverpool players and a lot of Liverpool fans at times in games this season have there's almost an expectance they're going to win. And at times other teams have kind of dropped off when they've been like that in recent years, you know, but Liverpool have kept their foot on the gas and they've gone out there and they've scored 4 goals today. And it was a brilliant, brilliant first half. 3 goals in the first half. Dominic Szoboszlai with, you know, good ball in from Konate, got a rare assist. He was really good again today. And Szoboszlai strikes it from about 20 yards out into the bottom right corner. And that was in like the kind of first 10, 15 minutes. Then, of course, Wes Burns got that bad injury and they brought on the old West Ham player, Ben Johnson. And then before you know it, it's 2 and then it's 3. Mohamed Salah, of course, whenever Liverpool score a lot of goals, he's always going to be involved. But it was a Cody Gakpo assist, and that's 2 goals and an assist today from him. from the tightest of angles, right near the byline, Salah smashes the ball past Walton into the roof of the net on the volley and makes it 2-0. And then shortly after that, Cody Gakpo gets a well-deserved goal. A decent ball in from Szoboszlai, and he puts it into the back of the net, and they're 3-0 up at half-time. A totally dominant display from Liverpool. Well-deserved 3 goals. Liverpool's XG was something like 0.98, and Ipswich was like 0.12 or something like that. Really, really strong half. And then 15 minutes into the second half, Trent Alexander-Arnold puts in a delicious cross, and there is Cody Gakpo to put it into the back of the net. Trent actually had a really good game. Decent strikeout from about 20-odd yards in the second half, hit the bar, and Arne Slot does what Arne Slot does best. He knows the importance of Gakpo. He knows the importance of Szoboszlai. Subs them both off for Darwin Núñez and Harvey Elliott. Brings on Endo for Gravenberch. Fair play to Ipswich. They kept going until the very, very end, and it was actually Jacob Greaves who got the goal in. Ciso on his debut for I was about to say for Brighton. He's now moved to Ipswich. Good goal. Alisson can't really do a huge amount there, but it's a massive win today because there was times where Nottingham Forest, they got absolutely battered, and Arsenal scraped the win past. They did their job, but Liverpool right now are top of the tree, absolutely flying. One defeat in something like 30 games, which was actually against us. They are 54 goals. They've scored 10 more goals than second place Arsenal, and it now really is a two-horse race. I strongly believe that at this position right now, Liverpool will win the Premier League title. They got a away game against, is it Girona in the PSV in the Champions League on Wednesday. When they could be the first team, I think, the first team ever with this format to make it 8 wins out of 8. But I want to just talk about the quality in depth of Liverpool's front line, because I really think it's important to not just give Mohamed Salah praise, but I want to talk about how many goals that Liverpool front line have scored this season. Like when you look at Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo, Luis Diaz, Jota, I know Curtis Jones has chipped him with a few, but you look at this front line, and of course Salah is miles out in front. You've got Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo, both with 8 goals. Jota with 5, Darwin Núñez with 4. So what's that? 16, add 4 is 20. Add 5 is 25. Add 19 is 44 goals between their front line. But it's not just that. It's other players that are chipping in. It's Jones, Szoboszlai both on 3, McAllister, Konate, Trent. Like, this front line for me right now is the best in Europe. Demolished Ipswich. And like I said, Salah is kind of dropped off a little bit in terms of his output, in terms of the goals. But this is where Gakpo steps up today. Darwin Núñez against Brentford. Midweek in the Champions League against Lille. Other players are stepping up. Of course, Salah is always going to be there in and around the goals just because of his quality. Harvey Elliott as well stepped up. Assist last weekend against Brentford. A goal midweek in the Champions League. And I look at the fixtures they've got coming up with PSV midweek, Bournemouth away, Tottenham at home, Plymouth Argyle. The next 6 weeks, huge, absolutely huge for Liverpool. Not even that. The next 2 weeks. PSV, I think they'll win maybe 1-0 or 2-0. It'll be a professional performance. Bournemouth away is not going to be easy. They are flying right now. Destroyed Nottingham Forest 5-0. Destroyed Newcastle 4-1. That is not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. 5 days after that, they then play Spurs, in which if they beat us, they have a good 90 minutes like they have today, they will be into the final of the League Cup. And Arne Slot, first opportunity for a trophy, could be in the final. Plymouth Argyle, away, comfortable fixture. It will probably be roughly the same sort of team that a lot of the players will play against PSV, will play against Plymouth Argyle, and it will probably be the same team that plays against Bournemouth that will play against Spurs. Everton away is that crucial game in hand. The Merseyside derby, the last one at Goodison Park, is going to be a very, very tough game. Don't get it twisted how difficult of a game that's going to be. And then you look at Wolves are right now dusted. And then it's Manchester City, Newcastle, and Villa. So they've definitely got a difficult run coming their way. But the way they're playing, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai today was really, really good. And I just think, I look at the way they're playing, I just don't see who's going to stop them. I know every now and then they are slipping up, but their stats this season across the board in terms of clean sheets, goals scored, 21 goals conceded, 33 goal difference, 53 points out of 22 games. So out of a possible 66 points, they've got 53. That's a very, very good return. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. I'm out.